Alright, just to state for the record that nothing triggered me to do this video. Nobody did anything to me, caused me any kind of harm. There's no real reason for what I'm about to say, besides many reasons. I have to keep this short because I don't have a Wi-Fi signal out here, and even if I use my data to post, it's probably still going to take a while. Fun fact about me, I've been sleeping on the floor for a good portion of my life. I have the option to have a bed right now, but I simply choose to sleep on the floor. I've always felt better that way. Don't mind having a bed or a comfy chair to sit on once in a while, but when it comes to sleep, I always need a flat surface. And I can fall asleep sitting up in a chair, in a car, obviously on a floor. Even if it's a stone floor, I can still fall asleep. But this is my type of setting. I'm also a big fan of lanterns. I collect them. Nothing expensive though. But just the light itself makes me happy. Lanterns specifically, torches, stuff like that, candles. And anyway, on to the video. Just trying to keep it down to be respectful. I live with somebody. So again, this really has nothing to do with anybody in my life. I like most of the people in my life. Can't say the same about everybody I've interacted with online exactly, but for the most part, people have been good. But what I'm about to say is strictly based on principle. And I wish it didn't have to come down to this, but I knew it was coming. Now, I want to make it clear also that this is not to incite any kind of drama. I don't want anybody worried. I don't want anybody trying to tell me what to do or how to make my own decisions. Like I said, this is strictly on principle. But how many truthers do you know? And you might fall into this category. If you do, you do. I'm not here to pin that on you. You'll know the truth about that. But how many truthers do you know that you could swear would just keep this endless online circle jerk going for years on end? Thinking they're getting somewhere. Thinking, oh, the next video is going to be what solves it. Or maybe not solves it, but I think some of you know what I'm trying to say, because I've had this conversation with several of you over the phone. I'm not here to share your personal details. You know that's confidential. Never have, never will. Anything you tell me is kept secret, as long as it doesn't affect somebody else's well-being. So, as long as that's understood, I want people to really go within. And this is a suggestion. And ask yourself, how much longer can this continue? And I don't care how good your situation is. In fact, I hope you have a great situation. I hope you're not suffering. I hope you have a place to live, a roof over your head. I hope you have some money saved, because you're going to need it. I hope you have good friends in your life. I hope you have a good support network. But still, it's not the point. Because even at the peak of my quote-unquote success, and even my financial success, I'm going to actually say something to people, and this is not to brag, but at one point in my life, I had saved close to nearly 100 grand. And that was done through saving and investments. And then I started giving a lot of money away. And the things that I was invested in also took a hit. But I could have cashed out right at that moment. All of it. I could have bought myself a house somewhere cheap, and married the girl I was with. But I chose not to. Now, I believe I was tested with that. And several scenarios came up, for those of you who remember. I don't want to reiterate those, because then it's going to sound like I'm some sort of a do-gooder that's like, oh, I did this and I did that. It's not what I'm here to talk about either. But even at the peak, what I'm trying to say is, even at the peak of my success. Even again, like I had owned a business where I did personal training, and I used to rent the space to another personal trainer, and they would pay me every month. Still had to pay the bills, and that's pretty much all I ended up doing, was paying the bills and the utility. But for a first year in business, it's not too bad. But the point is, I did it. It took a lot of work, a shitload of effort, and consistency. And I cared about my clients a lot, genuinely cared about them. I deserve to be very successful. Yet I am not, according to the world's standards. As of right now, I'm not. And over the years, I've tried to make peace with that, because even when I had, not had it all, but I had a substantial amount compared to what I have right now, I have to look back and realize what my heart said. I was still giving, I was still sharing, I was still making videos, if not more so. I didn't go back on anything I said. I didn't say, oh, hey, it's all A-okay now, the world is fine, it worked out for me, so on and so forth. No. I stuck to my guns. And I can prove that I did with my video catalog. In fact, if anything, I made some of the harshest videos about this reality. Meanwhile, I was helping other people and animals. And also helping myself. I gave myself the bare minimum to get by. I didn't buy anything I couldn't afford. I didn't do anything substantial. I didn't get myself a nice new car. I did get a truck because we needed it. But even that, I got a truck that was over 10 years old. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because I want to make it clear, absolutely clear, that this isn't just about my personal situation. Not now, not ever. And that also that nothing happened between me and anybody else that's involved in my life. I'm not angry with anybody. I'm not doing this out of some sort of an emotional reaction. But I'm letting people know that I am strongly considering doing something drastic. And what it entails is an indefinite fast until we win freedom. Something's attacking my throat right now. It's very bizarre. I've been fine for hours now. It was happening earlier also when I tried to make a video. But like it feels like something's actually putting pressure on and squeezing my throat. This has happened to me before. So I'm going to try to just push through. But I'm considering doing an indefinite fast for freedom's sake, even if it means my own personal freedom. Meaning I'm not backing down and I'm not taking this shit. I have an exit kit, 2 exit kits actually, that I have on backup just in case things go south. I don't want to have to use them, but I'm willing to. But what I'm strongly considering doing is taking the bag I have packed with travel provisions, just something, it's pretty much a modest setup that would get me by for a while. Except I wouldn't be eating food, I would just be walking and keeping hydrated. Not staying with anybody, not taking any handouts, just simply walking with nothing but my pack. Defending myself if I need to, but hopefully it doesn't come to that, because by that time I'd probably be too weak to fight anyway. And to do this, I have to give up something I love very much, which is the physique that I've earned over pretty much the course of my entire life. Which isn't much, but for somebody with my genetics, it's not bad. In fact, I did a pretty damn good job with the cards that I was dealt. So I'd be giving that up, because I would obviously lose a lot of weight doing this. And I probably wouldn't even want to look at myself again in the mirror, but that would be one of the most prized things I could give up about myself to prove that I believe in freedom. And I don't expect shit, you know, I don't expect anything to happen. I know people right now are probably getting ready to type out their responses. No, don't do it. That's not the way. Blah, 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 blah. But what I really want to ask people is, how long is this shit going to continue? If you gave most people a better situation, they would be okay with this. I don't think most people even understand how bad it really is. Because the fact is, I'm not okay with this, and there's hardly anything that this place could even offer me that would make me want to stay. But my requirements, supposing that that should happen, which I'm not banking on it, but would be that I get to live with my cat full time, get to see her whenever I want, which right now I don't have her. I had to do the right thing and bring her back to her mom's place because I was out every day and I felt horrible leaving her at home alone, and there's nobody I know in this area that can. And I put a shitload of work into my situation, like getting this room ready that I'm in right now, and it took quite a bit of money and quite a bit of work. And I did the best that I could. And I actually brought my cat here, and she absolutely loved this room. She loved it. I made the whole thing a playroom for her. It's just carpet everywhere. It's a secret skill that I have is carpet weaving. It's actually a very fun thing to do if you got a little bit of money to go to like a bargain outlet and just buy a bunch of random carpet designs and then throw them down onto like a hardwood floor or like a basement floor and just weave them all together as best you can. Make a little bit of cuts, but don't do anything too drastic. Just try to make it work with what you got and make your own pattern. Make your own design. Anyway. So my terms are, yeah, I get to see my cat whenever I want. I'm not working anymore. I refuse to be a slave. I'm not at all lazy either. I'm just on principle. I'm not letting this world dishonor me any further. I want my financial needs met for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life. And I'm not budging or bargaining on that either. There's a lot of things that would need to go and a lot of things that would need to change, honestly, for me to even consider staying here like another 10 years. But if I knew that I could be like in a good financial situation with, and have my cat and be able to spend my time like doing what I'm doing right now, making videos, working out, training people, if people actually wanted to get off their asses and do that, which is very hard to find good clients these days because most people, they don't want to do it. It's like, why is it that every talented artist in this world suffers? Anybody who has an idea that's worth a damn has no work available. It's like nobody wants you. This world is literally designed to kick all the good people out of it, but then at the same time, it won't actually kick you out. It wants you to stay and suffer and watch everybody else have a great time. I hope people understand that we are literally in like a torture factory right now. And if you're a real, authentic person, you are going to suffer every single day of your life. Whether you even realize it or not, you might be suffering in ways that you're not even acknowledging. Like, ask yourself, is this actually fair? Even if I had it all, how is this at all fair? How is this even a meaningful experience to begin with? How can I condone a reality that creates this much suffering? How can I even allow this to exist in my existence? So what I'm going to be doing, I think, is shutting the door on that. And I may or may not make one last video, if this is what I choose to do, which is to take my pack and walk and fast for a very long time, if not indefinitely. Because it's not illegal. I cannot get arrested for taking a pack and going on a hunger strike, because that's literally what it is. And if this reality still wants me to participate, it better find a way to house me for free, give me tons of money, so that I can help my friends and actually see my friends and be able to see my cat full time. And if it does not do that, then I just keep walking until I literally drop dead. I know people are going to say I'm an extremist. I know people are going to say it's a bad idea. Oh, you don't need to do that. You don't. Well, what I want to ask is, what is everyone else doing then that's working so well? Because as far as I'm concerned, this has gotten nothing but worse. This is abysmal. I would, in a way, I would give anything for 2020 back. I don't want to be who I was in 2020, but the 2020 me couldn't have even handled this. The me now can. 2020 looks like a joke. At least people were getting free money. But how long are we going to let this go on? Really ask that question. How long can it... Because what is the goal? What is the goal in people's mind? Keep staying at the same place? Going to the same store every day? Getting the same sandwich? Drinking the same drink? Going home, playing on your phone? Listening to a video like this? thinking, man, I wish things were different. Oh my God, it's so bad. We're all suffering. The world is horrible. One of these days, though, if we just hold on and finish the race, we're going to get this and blah, blah, blah. I got some bad news for everybody. That day is never going to arrive. We have to seize the day, if you know what I mean. Meaning that our fate, as I've said before, and this is the real truth, as far as everything I know right now, for every single one of us, is to work, pay taxes, eat, consume, and get old, and then die. Most likely a humiliating, degrading, debilitating death. And I'm not saying any of this to be mean. It's the real fucking truth about what most people go through. And that is most likely our fate. Not just mine, not just yours, most people's fate. Whether they live a good life or not, whether they have good things or not, whether they're happy as hell or not, that could all be taken away in an instant. Take it from somebody who knows. How many more friends do we have to hear about with these debilitating illnesses, injuries? As I hear about it constantly. And I'm sick and tired of seeing my friends get hurt. I'm sick and tired of being hurt. I'm sick and tired of suffering, and I will not tolerate it. If I tolerate suffering in this place, meaning I go along with it and I say, you know what, I got to get up and do my part. I should go to work because it's the right thing to do. I should pay taxes because it's supposedly the right thing to do. I should, donate money to this person because it's the right thing to do. All I'm doing is prolonging what's already been written in stone. It's literally my gravestone. It is inevitable. And so is yours. How do you want to go out? Because if somebody asked me, how do you want to die? If you had to choose your own death, what would you choose? I would say that it wouldn't just be the method. I would say I want to die fighting for everything I've ever believed in. And that's the only way I would ever want to go. In fact, I'm not leaving until I've done that. That doesn't mean I want to die a brutal death. Why does it have to be that way? Why do you have to die a brutal death full of suffering and more torture to die for everything you've ever believed in? You could do something like that by taking your own life. I'm not suggesting it. I'm just saying. You could do that painlessly, even, by making a statement to the entire universe. By saying, give me liberty or give me death. Now, you find me one motherfucker out there talking about this shit, and I will probably ask to donate money to them to keep doing what they're doing, because if there's even one other person out there that actually believes in freedom like I do, I want to know who they are. And honestly, I want to meet you someday, if not soon. So what I want to ask other people is, do you actually believe in what you say, what you stand for? Do you actually believe in freedom? Do you actually believe that suffering is wrong? Or are you just allowing it to continue, thinking that there's nothing you can do, there's nothing we can do, we can't stand together, we can't do anything about this? That's just it then. It's just hang online and listen to fucking video after fucking video every goddamn day and think that for some reason, one of these days, it's all just going to change. The real truth is it's not. We need to change what we're doing. It's not that change is impossible. It's that we would need to change strategy drastically to bring about that change. And people aren't even close. I'm not saying this to cut anybody down. I am letting people know where we're really at. And it almost kills me to say it. I don't enjoy this. But it's like if you do take on a client, like I used to, all the time, I don't have to be a total jerk to the person if they're overweight or they're really skinny or, they're just not where they want to be, or if they're unhealthy. But if they ask me, what do you think I need to do? I'm going to tell them. Or hey, like if they say, do you think I look good? Or do you think I'm doing a good job? It's like, well, no, you have improvements to make. Is that mean? Or did I just tell them the truth? I'm really willing to do exactly what I'm saying. It's just a matter of making the decision. And for me, it's all it comes down to is this really the best decision? What are the ramifications if I fail? If this happens, if that happens? Should I just not think about it and just go? Because the last time I did this, I did it without a backpack. And I got caught in a hailstorm. And then I tried to play chicken with an 18-wheeler, saying, he can get the fuck out of my way. I ain't budging. And instead of getting hit and dying like I was supposed to, the truck teleported to the other side of the highway and kept going in the other direction. I literally saw a trail of rainbow light and the truck fucking warped over to the other highway. And I wasn't hallucinating it. So clearly it wasn't my time. I literally put this place to the test. I put it in check. And the whole damn thing came after me. This place is controlled by a mind. It's literally controlled by an entity. I'm sure of it. And if it's not a real entity, then it's a computer mind. And it's aware of each and every one of us. It might be watching me more than it's watching you because I'm actually actively doing something. And for whatever reason, it wants to keep us here. It wants to keep us working as batteries. When people say, oh, it wants you to commit suicide, that's absolutely bullshit, because if it did, suicide would be more readily available. So how is that the goal? Oh, this machine just wants us all to commit suicide. Really? Well, why isn't there suicide clinics as much as Dunkin' Donuts or McDonald's? Why is there any number of poisons that you can consume and keep consuming on a regular basis? Oh, and paying for it. You can do that every single day. You can poison yourself to death, literally, and die a slow death. So what's the difference? These people are already committing suicide every single day. And on top of that, they're committing spiritual suicide. So how am I wrong for actually saying, like, I'm literally going to threaten this place with my own life? I'm not going to put somebody else's life on the line. I'm going to do it with mine. And not only that, I'm going to make a fucking statement about it. Yes, I am going to make a big deal out of it. I might make one more video before I take that walk if that's what I choose to do. And you will know exactly what I did. Don't come after me unless you plan on joining me. Because I'm not kidding when I say I'm going to do this. I've been preparing for it for a long time. And I knew that this might be my decision. I have an exit kit just in case, but I didn't want to take the easy way out. I wanted to actually fucking prove where I stand. Meaning I'm going to walk and possibly faint and literally starve to death. Either this reality bends to my will and submits to me. Submits to me. You heard what I just said. Meaning this entire world literally submits and actually bows down to me, in a sense. Meaning I am king and my will be done, because my will is to erase suffering. You heard me right. I didn't say, oh, I need to be rich and famous and I need people to kiss my ass all day and do this. I don't want servants. I don't want fucking slaves, because I don't believe in slavery. I believe in freedom. So don't mistake my words. It means that this reality submits to my will, or I go, and it's going to be one of the two of us. I don't care if it sounds crazy. Somebody needs to do something crazy. In my opinion, we all need to, because what we're doing isn't working. If you play the mundane game, you'll keep getting the same. How is going along with the script going to get us out of here? There's no exit written for us in the script. If we keep going on along with this bullshit script that's already written for this stupid-ass reality and all of its puppets, it's going to continue to be more of the same. It's an endless loop. This is an infinite reincarnation prison. There's one way out. One way. And in my opinion, that's actually to band together as a family. Just like the good old days. Something people actually used to fucking believe in. And say, we've had enough. We don't care what you do to any of us anymore. We stand together. And we're going to go down swinging, even if it's a few of us. But how many people have that kind of guts? I know I do. If there were even like 3 of you that said, yeah, let's go tomorrow, I'm game. I have my bag packed and ready to go. I really mean it. I'll fucking walk out that door and go do this tomorrow. That's not a joke. And I think in the coming years especially, supposing that it goes on, which it will, but we're going to see exactly what these truthers are made of. Because most people just wanted to sit behind the computer screen and eat fucking chips. And watch everybody else do the inner work. and go on fiery rants. For what? For your entertainment? So you can feel better about yourself for one more day, only to wake up tomorrow and have it all start again? You know exactly what I'm talking about. This nightmare that we're all trapped in right now. So for me, it's go down swinging. Go out with a bang. Do something drastic. Oh, and the other thing is, my other requirement is all the people who actually did the inner work and had to sacrifice, like having a good career, having a spouse, the wife and kids, the house. Literally, everyone who forsook that life on purpose and said, no, this is more important. Doing the right thing is more important. Even if I lose every friend I've ever had or thought I ever had, getting the truth out there is the most important thing. Ending suffering is the most important thing. Sovereignty is the most important thing. Ending slavery is the most important thing. And nothing else matters compared to that, because everyone who said that and said it with their heart and friggin' meant it, those are the righteous. And those people got the shit kicked out of them. Mentally, spiritually, and sometimes even physically. Even if that form of a beating came, that beating came in the form of like an illness, an injury, that's still part of this place. And you paying the price for what you took a stand in. That's why you probably noticed when you started to wake up, and especially if you started to speak out, and you kept doing it, your life started to go horribly wrong. And then there were people out there already with their videos to tell you that, oh, you're doing this wrong and you're doing that wrong. You just got to change your attitude. You got to get more optimistic. You got to get with the love and the light and blah, blah. And they were all fucking wrong. Because really what happened is they chickened out. They saw the darkness and they ran for the hills. They ran back to the false light, because that's what they are, is a bunch of fucking pussies. No substance, no game, no sovereignty. Just a bunch of love and light fucking losers. That's what I call pussycat spirituality. Because that's what you are, as a pussycat. You hear a sound and you fucking run. Bitch. I really mean everything I'm saying. I am willing to starve to death for what's right. I am willing to starve to death for the truth. And to some people, this might be drastic. It tells me exactly where you're at. Because you would probably let this go on all day. Well, I'm actually going to man up and fucking do something about it. And if people have a problem with that, that tells me exactly where you stand. You're not, my friend. Get the fuck out of my life. I understand you're concerned. Some of you, yeah, you're doing it because you're genuine. You care about me. You don't want to see my life get ruined. Well, guess what? I live in a world where slavery exists, so my life is already forfeit. Like I just told somebody in my life earlier, my life doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter what I have. But the way I'd like to end this video, my main point is the people who actually took a stand, a real one, and really meant it. They said it all with their heart. They actually did the work. They gave up doing things that they otherwise could have been good at. It could have even been art projects that they put to the wayside and said, you know what, this is more important. I want those people to be honored forever as the highest, as the best, because they deserve to be. Because in the spiritual realm, I'm just going to say, truth prevails. No, it's not all nice. It's not all about forgiveness and all about love. That's a bunch of horse shit. Yes, love is there. It's real love. It's true love. But the heart says it all. And I want those people to literally be granted magic powers in this realm. If we don't get something like that, I'm not playing. I said that years ago too. I've done the work. I'm willing to do even more. But either the right people get literally granted special powers. Like, I'm not even kidding. Special abilities, magic, you name it. The right people. People who have proven that they deserve it. And are honored above everyone else. Meaning they are the new kings, the new queens, whatever it takes. I don't care if people get angry at that. Fuck you, you should have done the work. Everyone who actually cared about this the most, who cared about ending slavery and letting sovereignty prevail, they deserve all the power in the universe because they've proven it over and over again. Some of us, over and over again. So yeah, you know where I stand. It literally comes down to that. I'm going to be that petty about it. Magic powers for the sovereign ones, for the ones who took a stand for freedom's sake. Everyone else, let's just say they get whatever they accepted. Whatever they settled for is exactly what they end up with. And it's just fucking fair. It's just rightfully so. That's what it took to get you to forfeit. All right, well, that's what you get. Just like that game, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? They just decided to take the money like a quarter of the way through the game and run. I want to go all the way. And I mean all the way. Because there is no other way to me. There's nothing you can break down this door and offer me right now that will get me to revoke this decision. You would have to literally give me so much money that I could help every single one of my friends, be able to see my cat every day. And I'm talking like have the money ready to go for like friends of mine that have medical expenses, you name it. So it's literally like make me a fucking billionaire with magic powers and several other things. And that's so I can help myself and many other people and end as much slavery as possible with it. Or I'm completely walking away. I don't care if it sounds immature. I don't care if it sounds like a pipe dream. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm not stupid. So basically, this is me signing my own death certificate and saying, I'm out. I'm going to give it one last shot, pretty sure, to put this reality in check. One last shot. You literally submit to me. You do what I fucking say. You give the right people everything they need, or I'm out. And you can kiss my ass on the way out so I can spit in your fucking face one last time. Because I'm not doing this shit anymore. This place is a sham. And I'm going to prove it. I don't believe in slavery. I don't believe in slavery. I believe it still exists. Because it does. But ultimately, it doesn't exist in my world. I will never believe in any kind of existence or participate in any kind of existence ever again. Ever again. Where any one of us are told, indirectly or directly, that you must do this or you must do that in order to survive. Or if you don't do this and you don't do that, then you're going to lose this. Fuck you. You're not taking shit from me. I'm a real king and I'm going to prove it. I'm going to prove it by literally giving up everything that I have. My most prized possession right now, which is myself, literally my own damn body that I've worked my whole life to build. I'm going to prove that I don't believe in your fucking sham of a kingdom. I don't believe in this body. I don't believe in your world. And I'm not going to tolerate it. I'm not going to fucking tolerate it anymore. I'm not going to tolerate a world where slavery exists. Fuck this shit. I need some time to think this over and really make sure it's what I want. But I am, like I said, packed and ready to go. I'm going to recheck my bag one last time, and it could be tomorrow. It could be the next day. I don't know. I simply don't know. So I'm not going to say what I'm doing exactly. This is what's on my mind, and this is what I'm strongly considering. And somehow I know that if I don't think of a better way, or something else doesn't present itself, so that I can start helping both myself and the people that I care about in a very real and practical way, I'm fucking done. There is no future here. There is no future for me. It was always a hoax. Always a lie. Something tells me that some of us never believed in it anyway, because we always saw it for what it was, exactly what it was. It was a fucking illusion. But people actually believed in it, and they got what they accepted. And that is what I think should actually remain about them. They should not get another chance to, like, prove where they stand. This was it. I'm that petty. I literally think these people who settled for these bullshit, fake fucking Hollywood lives should literally just end up with just that. Meanwhile, everybody else who actually showed that they believed in freedom, and they didn't tolerate suffering, and they worked hard on themselves every day, should literally get magic powers. Yeah, I'm the Green Wizard. And I approve this message.